It's been a minute. Before we get into the video, so I want to kind of go over something real quick. So if you haven't noticed, I've been posting or uploading a lot of videos, only on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts. It's just because I was hitting a creator block when it came to actual videos with content. I wasn't really feeling myself. What I mean by that is I was more along the lines of putting on a facade, per se, I guess, where I just didn't act like me. I would try and be proper and appease to everybody, which that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make content I want to make, act the way I want to act, and just put out content. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to, just like that, I'm going to be me from here on out. A lot of cussing, a lot of fuck ups, and unfiltered me. But yeah, let's get into the video. All right, everyone. So we are finally here working on a very late video. So I've been trying to work on a video on how many fans you need in your computer. So I work at Geek Squad for Best Buy, as you guys know this, and I get a lot of questions whenever people are coming up, like building a computer, whether it be from friends or clients or whatever it may be, asking how many fans you normally need in a computer. And that's kind of hard to answer just because I don't entirely know your system unless you know verbatim, word for word, what you have in your system. Then I might be able to tell you, not necessarily exactly, but a rough estimate of how many fans you need. So I did a lot of fucking tests. I just want to put that out there. This was like 6 hours of just nothing but testing. It sucked. But I got a notebook full of results for all the tests that I did. And so I want to go over what tests I did, and we're going to kind of go over the details of what happened. So I'm not going to tell you how many fans I have in my computer yet. But yes, as you can see, I have an i9. This is my badge. It's just a little ring magnet over the box, or on the box. But I want to save how many fans I have until the end because it's a lot. It's unnecessary. You do not need how many fans I have in here. But I'm going to do 5 tests. So starting with 3 fans and working my way up. So like 3, 5, 9, so on and so forth. I'm going to run tests. So the tests I'm going to run are going to be Cinebench, because it's a CPU intensive one. That's the main thing that we're trying to keep cool. Then we're going to do a Time Spy or a 3D Mark, because that one does both CPU and GPU. Really test the GPU. Then we're going to do Cyberpunk and Shadow of the Tomb Raider built-in benchmarks. So I can get like a scenario-based, I guess, metrics. Then, of course, I'm going to put up some graphs and kind of give you some info, graphic goal content. I'm going to give you some graphs and some metrics that you can look at and get a visual representation of all of the data I have here. Because it was interesting and very, very nerve-wracking. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get those graphs up and then we'll talk about it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Okay, so after all said and done, all that information, hopefully you guys enjoyed the graphs and how I did them. Hopefully they didn't suck. But 3 fans in a more powerful gaming system is definitely a no-go. I would say around 7 to 9 fans is perfect. That's a chef's kiss. It's just because any lower than that, like say you have a decent gaming rig with an i7 Ryzen 7, 16 gigs of RAM, NVMe, decent GPU, it's going to be a hot unit. I mean, air cooling, liquid cooling aside, it's still going to get hot. And having more fans to move that air around is definitely going to help. Now, there's some caveats to both sides. The more fans you have, the louder it can be. But the pros could also be the quieter it could be, because you have more fans moving air, so the other fans have to work less. So like right now, my PC is on balanced, and you can't hear it. That's pretty good. When I'm gaming, it'll vamp up just a little bit, but I have AI tuning on all of my fans, so it does a really good job of adjusting where needed. Make sure you utilize that if you have a piece of software that's built into your system. Utilize AI tuning or the smart fan systems that a lot of these companies have. Like I use Asus and their AI fan tuning. Take advantage of that. It's there for a reason. And on that note, make sure you do download the software for your said motherboard so you can do those features. But 3 fans, 100 degrees Celsius, terrifying. I was very surprised in the game testing because the results were very uniform. There wasn't a huge deviation in performance with a lot of temperature loss. I mean, you could definitely see it, but there wasn't a huge difference. And when it came to like fluctuation of temperature between the testing, you stopped seeing like results after I think it was 7 fans, or no, not 7 fans, 9 fans. You started seeing really good results, and then they just kind of leveled off after there. You do see like slight dips in temperature, like when I went to 15 fans. What was it? It was Cinebench was an average of 53 degrees Celsius. That's not bad in Cinebench, which is a CPU intensive test, and that's what this is. This is for the CPU. 53 degrees is really good under full load, at least for an average. Max temperature was 89. That's still a little hot, but it's not bad for just full load constant for 10 minutes straight. 9 fans was 77. So that's where you saw a huge jump from 9 to 15, but 77 degrees max temp just going, that's good. That's solid. GPU, that one didn't fluctuate a lot. Now that has 3 extra fans, so like I said, I wanted to wait, but I have a total of, I think it was 18 fans in here. And if you include the GPU, that's 21 fans. That's ridiculous. So the GPU stayed pretty chilly the entire time. I didn't see a huge jump in temperature. I think, what was it? It was, let's see, 3 fans on Cyberpunk, maxed out everything, was 72 max. Average was 70. No, average was, there was no average. Yeah, there was no average. That's insane. Because, man, that CPU though, it really needed some ample cooling. I have the i9 10850F. I'll put a description of my entire list of parts down below. But dude, that's ridiculous. So do you need 18 fans? No, not at all. Before I put the 6 extra ones I had in there, I had 12, and it was running amazing. I never had an issue. I think my GPU maxed out at around 76 degrees. CPU was around the, I think it was 64-ish is where it would sit. But yeah, like you don't need a ton of fans. You don't need to follow in my footsteps. If you're doing a really cool build and there's room for more fans, by all means, put more fans. Just make sure you have the space for it. Get a controller if needed. I have a crap ton because I had to buy extra boxes of fans. They all came with their own controller. But yeah, hopefully this helped you guys out when it came to like picking fans, because yeah, it can definitely make or break your system if you don't have enough fans. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. What fans I'm using, like where's the best place to go. If you have a type that you like or that you prefer, leave it for everybody else to look at and give a look-see. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button, because that's how you see more videos like this. But to this video and many more to come, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a lovely day. But until next time, I love y'all. Stay blessed.